Hey, welcome back everybody. I'm the Gerbil. Today's video is very direct about something that's very important to me as an educator in my real life. And if you'll bear with me for a couple of minutes, I think that this video has the potential of saving you a lot of stress and some headaches and some anger and a bit of anxiety over the course of your Star Wars Galaxy Heroes experience. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about how to learn from or receive information from YouTubers like myself and all the others out there in this game and many other games and industry as well as additional resources like SWGOH.gg and other websites, because there's often a disparity between what is said, what is reality, and why. And I'd like to start this by illustrating an experience I had just this week. Now, I've been thinking about this for some time because I've run into this quite often, where I go to SWGOH.gg and I check out a counter for Grand Arena, and like this one real quick, I'm going up against a Seer team, and it says in the previous 5v5 there were 42. This was the #1 most common matchup for countering Seer, using Sith Eternal, Armorer, Sidious, Sith Trooper, and Watt. And out of 42 battles, it had a 100% win rate. Now that made me feel pretty confident, especially since my Watt is really fast, and he goes first anyway. My Sith Trooper is really well modded for crit avoidance and heavy defense, which is what he needs. My Armor is meh, so is my Sidious, but my Sith Eternal is also very well modded. And I thought, 100% win rate, I got it. I went into this battle and I got smoked. It was not even close. It was over so fast. I was kind of shocked and didn't even have time to react to back out. Now, in reality, yes, I had time, but I was flabbergasted. And I'm like, what is going on? And I remember mumbling a few expletives and feeling like hurling my phone across the room and then hammering it into the ground. So, of course, I went to my Discord and I was like, hey, guys in my guild, look at this nonsense. It says 100% win rate. And my guild leader, who's amazing, was recently on a show with Nooch and me. You should go check it out on his channel. He said, yeah, according to the insight data, it's not 100%. It's 91.3%. That's pretty big. That's basically 1 in 11 players lost this matchup, whereas the public data says 100% win rate. So why is the public saying one thing and the reality is something different? Well, this can be extended to the thousands and thousands of videos on YouTube, including this one right here, where a YouTuber, be it Scribe, Arnold, Nooch, myself, Zareth, Celiac, Sarah, it doesn't matter who we are, we all approach our videos fundamentally with positive intention. And we all make these videos for two goals. Primarily, to engage with and try to help our fellows in the community. That's you and everyone watching. Secondarily, for a little bit of income. Now, for myself, this channel doesn't make nearly enough to justify the time I put into it. But for some people, it is a full-time job, perhaps some person. And for a lot of others, it is absolutely a part-time job. They are not out there to get you. I've never been out there to get you, to the best of my knowledge. Maybe in my early days I was trolling a bit with Ewoks, but for at least the last 3 to 4 years for sure, my channel has been exclusively what interests me, fun experiences I've had, and a genuine effort to help the community, as is Celiac Sarah, Zareth, Nooch, Scribe, Bit Dynasty, Calvin Awesome, Sunjita, Astromech, take your pick, Fat Phil. We're all here to try to help. AP Gains, we're all here to try to help. But sometimes what you see in these videos, what the YouTuber, including me, says, and then what you experience is quite different. So, is what they said the truth? Yes and no. In a lot of my videos, you've probably heard me say your mileage may vary. And in a lot of other videos, I've heard a lot of other content creators say similar, right? Terms and conditions may apply. Actual outcomes may differ. Results may vary. There's so many different ways to phrase this. And the reality is that is incredibly true and accurate. So, am I saying you should disregard the information from these channels, from those websites? No, absolutely not. It's probably some of the most accurate, most reliable information you can get, because people like Arnold with 250,000 subscribers, they are actively engaging in Discord server after server after server with their fan base, their community base, their guild members. They are learning, they are hearing, they are talking, they are experimenting, they are being shared videos, content. They are seeing way more than the average player can. So when you post a question to your guildmates and you get 1 or 2 people answering, they may have anecdotal experiences that say X works or does not work. But when you ask a community like 50 Shards of Cam in Discord, or in a community like Nooch, or Arnold's with thousands of people, or Humbly My Own with a mere 900, and you get a lot more feedback, you start to develop a pattern or an expectation. And sometimes we YouTubers take that information and we use it to present what we have seen or heard or done. But why does it not always work then? Well, if we take this experience I had, there are so many variables in this game, and this is where you can save yourself some stress and some pain and headaches over the coming years. You have to look at the data presented in SWGOH with a degree of skepticism. Don't put your heart and soul into believing it's going to work. Go into it perhaps with a positive expectation, but keep in mind that there is always an outlier. That's you know, an extreme success or extreme failures. Keep in mind that while a YouTuber may have seen 50 examples of something or had 100 people share a comment, that doesn't mean it's always going to work. Because on your team alone, and on the videos that we are sharing, we don't always have time to talk about what gear levels are all these characters, what mod types do we have on every character, what secondaries, balloons, I gotta turn that off. What are the primary stats? Is it a protection? Is it a tenacity? Is it a potency cross? Is it a crit avoidance? Is it an accuracy arrow? What is on there? What are the secondaries? Is it 10% defense secondary, or is it 28 speed? Or is it no speed but happens to have 12% protection and another 8% health? It makes a very big difference. What are the character speeds as a whole team, which of course affects your turn order? Who's going first? Who's going second? Who's going third? What abilities are being used consistently against which targets, and are those abilities maxed out? What datacron is being used? What were the primary and secondary abilities? What was the level 3, the level 6, the level 9? And you know what? It's not just you, it's also your opponent, who has all of these exact same variables in play. And on top of all of that, there are factors that you cannot control, such as RNG. Did an unfortunate dodge, evade, resist, or deflect occur? Even with 180% potency, an ability, a debuff could have been resisted. Unless it says in the character kit that it cannot be resisted, there is always a chance. Did you make a misplay? Did the opponent AI do something uncommon, act out of characteristic? For example, in a particular Chimera counter for the profundity, I think it's a profundity, I can't recall offhand, you go in with TIE Fighter, TIE Advance, whatever, doesn't matter, and the AI fundamentally always goes after the TIE Fighter first, or the TIE Advance. I'm losing my mind on this one, but the point is, the AI consistently does something. And now sometimes that's hard-coded into that, but sometimes it's like a 98% chance that X is going to happen. But you might have encountered that 2% where Y happens, and that throws off everything, right? Everything can get out of whack real fast, especially in a faction like Ewoks that I really love. The very fact that Chirpa's leadership grants 20% turn meter every time an Ewok uses a basic, and every time somebody specials, someone assists, your turn order is kaput turn 1. You can line it up with your mods such that it's Chirpa, Wicket, Nisa, whatever. But as soon as Chirpa or whoever goes first takes a turn, uses a special, and then Elder attacks out a turn, gains 50% turn meter, boom, he's second on the list. So That is true for a lot of squads. So I guess what I'm trying to say, folks, is thank you for watching, like and subscribe, but like any YouTuber's channel out there, any resource, never assume that because it's in black and white print or somebody said this is going to work, don't assume it's always going to work. Allow yourself that window to accept the RNG factor, the modding is different, or it just wasn't your day. And if you can do that, then when the battle is done and you've lost, you can put the phone down and be like, well, that was unfortunate, maybe next time. With that said, never hurts to say, hey, here's what that YouTuber said. Guild, are you guys getting the same experiences? And I'll even preface this by saying, if I go back here, first 2 videos below my character right now says Clone Wars Chewie one-shot wonder, Clone Wars Chewie annihilates his foes. You know, when those videos came out 4 years ago, I was like, whoa, Clone Wars Chewie is actually usable. And this is in the days before accelerated gear like Carbantes and stun guns were like incredibly hard to get. And by accelerated, I mean like doubles and all the packs and stuff. They were so hard. They were the Chirotechs of that era. And I was like really blown away. And so I took my Chewie up to gear 12, and I think I even applied 1 or 2 of the gear 13 pieces or 12 finishers. And I never, under any circumstance, replicated anything even close to those videos. Now, does that mean Arnold lied to me? No. His experiences were different than mine for a bundle of reasons. Do I regret putting that gear on him? Yeah. Am I mad at Arnold? No, I'm not mad at Arnold at all. He presented something accurate and truthful. It just didn't work for me. Just like some of this stuff may not work for you. Anyway, folks, I hope you got something out of this video. I really do. I hope you have a great day. Good luck out there. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this or any of my videos, please like, sub, and I will catch you later on the tables. Bye-bye.